Happy New Year's, everybody. That means it's January, and that also means that the postseason is on the horizon now.
The Jags are going to win this week against Texans. Then they're going to beat the Titans. They're going to be hosting the Los Angeles Chargers in a playoff game, and they're going to win that game as well.
So how is everybody stacking up near the end? Let's dive right into our Week 18 edition of the 2022 NFL Power Rankings. Number 32, Houston Texans. Last time's ranking, 32. The Texans were no match for the red-hot Jacksonville Jaguars, who crushed the NFL's worst team 31-3. Let's just say it's a good thing the Texans have 2 first-round picks in 2023 because, boy oh boy, it's gonna take more than Bryce Young or CJ Stroud to fix this talentless team. Number 31, Chicago Bears. Last time's ranking, 31. Is this the worst team in Chicago Bears history? Oof. The team is so horrendous that it's pretty easy to overlook the fact that Justin Fields is up to over 1,000 rushing yards on the season. It looks like the Bears finally have a franchise quarterback. Now all they have to do is find a defense, an offensive line, and 3 quality pass catchers. Number 30, Indianapolis Colts. Last time's ranking, 30. The hapless Colts stood 0 chance against the New York Giants at MetLife. The G-Men made it easy work at Indianapolis to clinch their first playoff berth in 6 years. Head coach Jeff Saturday wasn't pleased that his offensive linemen failed to stand up for Nick Foles after he took a huge hit from Kayvon Thibodeau, who followed it up with a snow angel celebration. Just another sad chapter in this humiliating season for a team that many viewed as the preseason favorite to win the AFC South. Number 29, Arizona Cardinals. Last time's ranking, 29. The Cardinals have now lost 6 straight and 8 of their last 9. If that's not reason for dismissing the head coach, then I don't know what is.
Hey, I have a question for you. Why are you still here?
Cliff Kingsbury just is not it. There is way too much talent on offense for Arizona to be this hapless, even without Kyler Murray. What an utter shame to see J.J. Watt go out like this. That man deserves so much better. Number 28, Denver Broncos. Last time's ranking, 28. Well, the Broncos at least kept it close-ish against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Russell Wilson had one of his not-so-bad games of the season, so I guess that counts for something. One more week in this awful season, and then Colorado fans can focus on the Avalanche and the Nuggets. You can do this, Broncos country. Let's ride. Number 27, Las Vegas Raiders. Last time's ranking, 25. Credit the Raiders for nearly stunning the San Francisco 49ers and the top-ranked defense with Jarrett Stidham starting in place of a bench Derek Carr. The Raiders can end this sour season on a sweet note by defeating the Chiefs on Saturday. KC has to win to have a shot at the conference's top seed. Number 26, Los Angeles Rams. Last time's ranking, 23. Congrats to the Rams on setting the record for most losses in a season by a defending Super Bowl champion. The good news? Well, the Rams can't possibly be any worse next year. Better health for their star players and a couple upgrades on the offensive line should get them right back into contention. Number 25, Atlanta Falcons. Last time's ranking, 27. The Falcons snapped a 4-game losing skid with a close 20-19 win over the more hapless Cardinals. Honestly, it's impressive that Arthur Smith has squeezed 6 wins out of this roster. Desmond Ritter's 3 outings have been uneven, so it's not too early to forecast the Falcons taking a quarterback in the first round of the upcoming draft. Number 24, New York Jets. Last time's ranking, 22. Were these Jets really 7-4 once? Well, yes. And then they imploded and lost 5 in a row to extend the NFL's longest active playoff drought to 12 games. These poor Jets fans just can't have nice things. Number 23, Tennessee Titans. Last time's ranking, 21. The Titans benched several key starters in their meaningless Week 17 game against the Dallas Cowboys. Tennessee has now lost 6 straight, and yet they are just 1 win away from locking down a 3rd straight AFC South Division title. Pretty crazy. Then again, do you really think Josh Dobbs is gonna lead his team to victory over Trevor Lawrence and the surging Jaguars on the road? Good luck with that. Number 22, Carolina Panthers. Last time's ranking, 16. Brutal, gut-wrenching loss for the Panthers in Tampa Bay. They had leads of 14-0 and 21-0, but lost because they couldn't stop the Tom Brady-Mike Evans connection. The result? A 30-24 loss that ended their hopes at an unlikely NFC South Division crown. Steve Wilkes deserves major credit for turning this team into a playoff contender after a miserable start under Matt Rule. But the plot is the same. Carolina needs a quarterback if they seriously want to compete. Sam Darnold just isn't it. Number 21, Cleveland Browns. Last time's ranking, 26. The Browns played spoiler by taking down the Washington Commanders at FedEx Field by a final score of 24-10. Credit Nick Chubb, Amari Cooper, and the defense for the mini second-half surge. Now the Browns head to Pittsburgh, looking to spoil their longtime rivals' slim playoff hopes. Number 20, New Orleans Saints. Last time's ranking, 24. The Saints left it too little, too late. A 3-game winning streak has them at 7-9, but the Bucs win over Carolina clinched the NFC South Division title. If only New Orleans didn't collapse against Tampa back in Week 13, then the division would be in their hands. The biggest positive about this win streak, New Orleans won't be giving up a top 5 pick to Philadelphia, so hey, there's at least that. Number 19, Washington Commanders. Last time's ranking, 15. The Commanders picked a bad time to go ice cold. After tying the Giants in Week 13, they went on a bye week and then lost 3 games in a row. And with that, Washington is out of the postseason for the 2nd straight year.
To clarify, you said you would talk about quarterback next week. If you guys are eliminated today by what happens at 4 o'clock, is Sam Howell in consideration?
We can be eliminated.
Yeah, if the Packers beat the Vikings, then you guys are eliminated.
Ron Rivera made a questionable call to start Carson Wentz in a must-win game over Taylor Heineke, and the risky move backfired big time. And so, it is back to the drawing board once more for a new starting QB in 2023. Number 18, Miami Dolphins. Last time's ranking, 13. The Dolphins were once 8-3 and looked like the team to beat in the AFC. Now, they're losers of 5 straight with their postseason hopes on thin ice. Miami needs to beat the Jets in Week 18, and then they'll need the Buffalo Bills to beat the New England Patriots. Not impossible, but it's obviously frustrating that it got to this point for Mike McDaniel's group. Number 17, New England Patriots. Last time's ranking, 20. It wasn't pretty, but the Patriots narrowly defeated the Tua-less Dolphins to keep their playoff hopes alive. Pretty amazing that New England just needs one more win to lock down a playoff spot, considering how much the folks have screamed the sky is falling in Foxborough this season. Number 16, Seattle Seahawks. Last time's ranking, 18. Seattle ended a 3-game losing skid and kept their slim playoff hopes alive with a win over the unraveling Jets. Geno Smith got a nice comeuppance on his former team by tossing 183 passing yards and 2 touchdowns against 0 picks. Seattle is going to need a lot of help to get in, but hey, crazier things have happened. Number 15, Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Last time's ranking, 19. For the 2nd straight week, more late-game heroics from Tom Brady helped the Bucs to a thrilling season-saving victory. Sunday's win over Carolina locked down a 2nd straight NFC South title. A nice small prize given all the ups and downs this team has endured. Hey, criticize the Bucs and their season-long consistency play all you want, but at the end of the day, a division title is a division title. Get in, and anything can happen. They have assured themselves at least one home playoff game. Number 14, Pittsburgh Steelers. Last time's ranking, 17. Mike Tomlin's Steelers just won't go away quietly. A thrilling comeback win in Baltimore keeps their very small playoff hopes alive. And not only that, but a win or tie against Cleveland on Sunday will keep Pittsburgh's streak of not having a losing season since 2003 intact. Just incredible stuff. Number 13, Detroit Lions. Last time's ranking, 14. The Lions also won on Sunday to keep themselves mathematically alive in the playoff race. But if you're to tell Lions fans after their 1-6 start that they'd be in a potential winner-go-home game come Week 18, I think they would happily take it. Whatever happens, this has been an awesome and very enjoyable season in Motor City. Number 12, Baltimore Ravens. Last time's ranking, 9. This team is so frustrating despite a 10-6 record. They just can't be trusted to hold on to a late 4th quarter lead, and it is simply not a problem you want to have with the postseason right around the corner. Baltimore's lockdown defense allowed rookie Kenny Pickett to connect with Najee Harris on a game-winning touchdown in the final minute. The offense was once again ineffective without Lamar Jackson. If the 2019 league MVP isn't healthy come playoff time, can you really trust the Ravens to go far in the postseason?
How about no?
Number 11, New York Giants. Last time's ranking, 12. What an effort by rookie head coach Brian Daboll. What a turnaround season for Daniel Jones. What a comeback season for Saquon Barkley. You know, just what a year in Giants land. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors the G-Men are back in the postseason, just as nobody predicted at the start of the year. New York easily took care of business against Indianapolis to lock down their first playoff berth in 6 years. And with Barkley and that defense, they're a wildcard team that nobody will want to face. Believe it. Number 10, Jacksonville Jaguars. Last time's ranking, 11. The Jaguars easily crushed the Texans in what was a meaningless game, but the easy victory keeps the confidence and momentum going for Doug Peterson's squad, so they don't need to apologize for anything. Saturday's Week 18 home game against Tennessee is for all the marbles. After a 3-7 start, the Jaguars are now just one win away from the postseason. An absolutely incredible incredible turnaround here. Number 9, the Green Bay Packers. Last time's ranking, 10. What a weekend for the Packers. They soundly crushed a heated rival at Lambeau Field, but not before the Browns defeated Washington to give Green Bay the help they needed. Winners of 4 straight, the Packers now just need a win at home against the Lions to make the postseason following a 4-8 start. In case you need another reminder about how dangerous it is to bet against Aaron Rodgers. Number 8, Minnesota Vikings. Last time's ranking, 7. Regardless of their record, it's getting very tough to buy these Vikings. Their defense is a mess, and Kirk Cousins simply cannot be trusted against playoff-caliber teams. Minnie has gotten all the bounces in tight one-score games this year, but you just get that feeling that it's going to catch up to them in the playoffs. Number 7, Los Angeles Chargers. Last time's ranking, 8. The Bolts crushed the helpless Rams in the Battle of LA Bowl to pick up a 4th straight win. Brandon Staley's group has displayed its best football during that win streak. And you know what? They definitely look playoff ready. Number 6, Dallas Cowboys. Last time's ranking, 6. Dallas made easy work of a Tennessee team that rested most of its starters, and the Philadelphia Eagles loss to New Orleans keeps the Cowboys' NFC East hopes alive. If the Cowboys win and the Eagles lose in Week 18, Dallas gets the NFC's top seed. If either of those scenarios don't unfold, Dallas goes to Tampa Bay in the wildcard round. Number 5, Kansas City Chiefs. Last time's ranking, 5. It was closer than they would have liked, but the Chiefs narrowly held on for a close home win against the Broncos. Now they sit back and hope for some help in the quest to lock down the AFC's top seed. Patrick Mahomes has never played on the road in the postseason, and KC sure will want that streak to continue in January. But the race for the top seed is no longer in their hands. Number 4, Cincinnati Bengals. Last time's ranking, 4. Damar Hamlin's health and safety is our number 1 concern here. The Bengals' Week 17 home game against the Bills was postponed after his severe injury, and because the game wasn't completed, it'd be unfair to move the Bengals up or down. So here they're going to stay at number 4. Number 3, Philadelphia Eagles. Last time's ranking, 1. The Eagles have now lost 2 straight games without Jalen Hurts. Is it cause for concern? Well, only if they lose out on the division crown and the top seed. It would have been nice if they could have rested starters for Week 18, but things are fairly easy in the NFL. Number 2, Buffalo Bills. Last time's ranking, 2. We're all thinking of Damar Hamlin, his family, friends, and the entire Buffalo Bills organization. What happened on Monday Night Football should help everyone put things in perspective. Human life is bigger than the game of football. We are all sincerely hoping that he makes a full and safe recovery. So, with that being said, just like the Bengals, the Bills are staying here at number 2. Number 1, San Francisco 49ers. Last time's ranking, 3. The 49ers narrowly got past the Raiders to win their 9th straight game. We don't care who the top seed is. This, right now, is the most talented and deepest roster in the NFC, and the 49ers are unquestionably the team to beat in the conference. But who do you think is the team to beat with 1 regular season week remaining? Let us know in the comment section below. If you liked this video and learned a thing or two, clicking the like button helps out a ton. And hey, we appreciate it. If this is your first time coming around to TPS though, subscribing is a great idea because we put out videos like this every single day. But as always, thanks for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.